Greetings, my fellow seekers. Today I decided to take a hike and meditate on the concept of energy. Energy is a fuel that fuels our lives and fuels everything we do. The more energy we have, the more efficiently we can do things. And if we have a lot of energy, we call it inspiration. We get inspired by concepts and ideas. But there is a very interesting thought which had occurred to me lately, that energy flows or can be increased only by the means of interaction. And that can be human interaction, that can be interaction with a concept, that can be interaction with nature, that can be interaction with living or so-called non-living object. Well, in a sense, all objects and concepts are alive if they can influence us, and by interaction we exchange the energy with an object of our interaction. And in this exchange of energy, we gain more energy. So let me explain how this works. Most people think that you have to gather energy within yourself, right? But it also includes the concept of shutting yourself down, like you're gathering energy within yourself. Like you're sleeping good and you do exercise and stuff like that, right? And then this energy just remains stagnant, but you need to release this energy with a sense of purpose in order to empty yourself down and fill yourself up again with this kind of energy. But the new energy that comes through interaction, it's like a totally new, a different kind of energy. The energy which produces more energy. You see, you need energy to produce more energy. This is how it works. And normally what is understood under this concept is that energy is like a fuel in the car. You need to refill it all the time. By sleep, by leading healthy lifestyle and stuff like that, which is good, and it is necessary and vital for the well-being of the body and the mind. But the purpose of this energy is to bring more energy. You see, if you gather energy within yourself, it can only take you so far. The energy has to produce more energy. And how can we do that? We do that by interaction, socialization, and being in contact with these forces of nature around us. For example, an idea can inspire so much, and you're sort of, in a way, interacting with this idea, communicating with this idea. You exchange energies with this idea. It's almost like an idea is a different entity, right? And you get inspired by it. Look at the history throughout the ages. People were inspired by the idea so much that they were able to cause revolutions, and influence thousands and millions and billions of people, even cause world wars and stuff like that, right? How did that occur? People exchanged their energies And in that exchange of energy, with a concept, with an idea, with an object, or with a living person, they produced more and more energy. And this kind of energy that they produced almost caused, like, a big explosion in this energy field, right? And the more energy you get out of it, the more energy you produce. It's like nuclear explosion, but imagine a nuclear explosion which goes on continuously. It doesn't extinguish itself. I mean, it explodes, it causes even greater explosion, right? This greater explosion causes even greater explosion. This process can only be compared to the birth of the new star in the universe, where the forces that work in silence, all the gases and the masses and the matter, rubs itself, sort of. I'm not a scientist, so I've got the rough idea of it, only a rough comprehension, but they sort of rub, those clouds of gases, they rub against each other, right? And then it happens, this super massive explosion of energy. And it doesn't extinguish itself. It continues on, when the star is born out of this energy. It goes on. It's a continuous process in the life of a star. When the star interacts with the universe, it causes it to live. The explosion is continuous. The life is continuous. It doesn't end. It goes on and on and on for millions and millions of years. So, that is the concept of true energy. When you've got a certain amount of energy, and your aim should be to produce more energy, to make it continuous. So like the old energy burns out, but the new energy is produced by the process of burning out the old energy. So, let's say, during the day you wake up, right? And why it is always encouraged to be active in life. This movement which uses up the energy, the movement of life, the things that you do, the discipline and everything, of course it uses certain amount of energy. But while using this amount of energy, you produce even greater energy. And this is done by interaction with the universe. It can be done through hiking. It can be done through interaction with other human beings. It can be done with interaction with trees. It can be done through climbing the mountains. It can be done by working on some insight, working on some idea that you've got. Developing something, building your business, going to gym, meditating, doing whatever spiritual practices that you're doing. And in doing so, you're using your energy. And the energy that you're using is producing even greater energy. So you continue burning with this sacred fire that produces energy continuously in your life? Well, thank you for watching. You know the protocol. Like and subscribe to my channel. More videos are coming. Good day to you.